What's up, YouTube? I hope each and every one of you guys are healthy and enjoying life today. In today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the 2024 Ram 1500 Laramie. Huge thank you to Erica.Ramsey over at Koons, Tysons, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram for allowing me to do this video for you guys today. If you are interested in this particular Ram 1500 or any Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram product, then I'll be sure to have Erica's information on screen as well as in the description box down below. But with that said, let's get into the video. It's Friday, I'm in a good mood, and we're supposed to get some snow tonight, which is awesome because the past few years we really haven't gotten all that much snow, so I'm definitely looking forward to tonight. Not that anybody really cares, but just like usual, first I'm going to talk about the exterior and the performance. So like I said, this is a 2024 Ram 1500 Laramie, and this particular one has been painted in the optional $295 granite crystal metallic. I wanted to preface this video by saying Ram has made no changes to the 1500 for the 2024 model year due to a refresh coming for the 2025 model year. But this one's been loaded up, so buckle up, hang on, and let's get into it. So the first option I wanted to mention is that this has been optioned with the $4,230 Level B equipment group, which gives you LED headlights with automatic high beams, as well as LED daytime running lights, LED turn signals, and LED fog lights. Taking a step to the left, this is what the front end of the Laramie looks like. So as standard, you do get a chrome front grille, and the grille surround is also in chrome. This is what I'm referring to as the grille surround. Everything else is chrome, as you may be able to tell. And then just below your A, you may notice that this has a forward-facing camera. That is because this has been optioned with the $1,895 Advanced Safety Group, which gives you that forward-facing camera. And that forward-facing camera works with your 360-degree view camera system that, again, comes with the safety group. And then coming down just a little bit, you do get a chrome front bumper as standard. And with the Level B equipment group, you get 6 forward-facing sensors. Also, with the Laramie, you get 8.7 inches of ground clearance. No, this one has not been optioned with the air suspension. But working my way down the side, take a look at these wheels. But before we get into the wheels, I'm going to backtrack a little bit. If you're not a fan of the way the chrome looks, they do have an optional night edition, which blacks out the grille, body color bumpers. I think you also get body color side mirrors. So you may want to look into getting the night edition if you are not a fan of all this chrome. Actually, I do have a video of one of those. But back to the wheels, this one's been optioned with the $1,395 20-inch polished wheels with gray pockets. And these wheels are wrapped in 275/55 Bridgestone Dueler HL Alenza all-season tires. I'm going to give you a view of the tread pattern on these tires here real quick, and then also a view of the standard coil suspension here at the front end. And then taking a step back, here's a front three-quarter shot of this thing. You do get the chrome hood badging that says 1500, and when optioned with the Hemi, you get the Hemi e-torque badging as well. And then also with the Level B equipment group, by the way, you do get rain sensing wipers. But as standard with the Laramie, you get chrome mirror caps with integrated turn signals, and everything I'm about to mention is standard. You do get standard heated mirrors. They are also standard power folding. The driver's side mirror is auto dimming. You also get memory functions with your side view mirror settings. So as standard with the Laramie, you get two memory seat adjustment settings. Yes, it memorizes your seat, and then it also memorizes your side view mirrors as well. And then last but not least, as standard, you get a puddle light right here, which is going to illuminate this area at night. But because this one has been optioned up, this one again with the Level B equipment group, you get your blind spot monitoring on the outer left hand side of your driver's side mirror and on the outer right hand side of your passenger side mirror. And then also with the Advanced Safety Group, you do get the camera on the bottom of your side view mirror, and again, that camera works with your 360-degree view camera system. Now, I'm going to give you a little side profile shot of this thing. That is what she looks like here from the side, and you may notice that you do get satin black window trim as well as body color door handles with keyless access. Just keep in mind, the keyless access function is only on your front two door handles. The rear two door handles do not get that keyless access function. Also, only on your front two doors is this chrome Ram lettering. And then you may notice we do have some assist steps here, and that is because this has been optioned with the $995 wheel-to-wheel side steps that are in chrome, and then you get some of that satin black gripping. That is what these look like I honestly would probably skip that as an option, but this one has been optioned with it. You also do get a capless filler neck behind here, and 87 octane will do you just fine. And then working my way up to here, you get a satin black shark fin antenna. You have your standard third brake light. And with the level B equipment group, you do get the power sliding rear window with the rear window defroster. And then coming back to here, you may notice, you're like, what the heck is that? If you don't know what Rams are, this is the $995 Ram box. You can lock it, and if you press this button right here, you get access into it. And basically, it is covered storage space. You can see it is also insulated from water. So you could fit, you know, you can also use this as a cooler if you wanted to, but you could fit your straps, your gloves, your toe straps, like I just mentioned, down in here, maybe some jumper cables. So these are very useful things. And then on the driver's side Ram box, you have a 115 volt household power outlet, whereas on the passenger side Ram box, you do not. And then you also get some LED lights in there as well. Let me give you a rear 3/4 shot of the Laramie. That is what she looks like here. And then as standard, you do get LED taillights. But one option that I did miss, that this one has been optioned with, is the $220 rear wheel house liners, which basically gives it a much more finished look. Whereas you could basically just see the suspension, you could see everything in there. This just gives it a more finished look. And by the way, Ram 1500s do not utilize leaf springs, so you do get a coil spring suspension back here. There's a little view of that. You can see no leafs, and that is because no Ram 1500 uses leaf springs. And then coming around back, here's a little booty shot. On your tailgate, you get some chrome badging. You get a backup camera above your Ram logo located there. And as standard with the Laramie, you do get a hitch light, which is located here. I'm gonna see if I can't trigger the hitch light from pressing the unlock button on the key fob. Let's see, no. But anyways, you get a little light right here, and it's gonna shine here. And it's basically a puddle light for the hitch area. I pointed out the backup camera right here. And with the level B equipment group, you do get a power tailgate release and a dampened tailgate, or the dampened tailgate does come standard. No spray and bed liner, but you do get 4 tie down hooks in your total, but 1 in each corner. And then you also get this little track right here. And that's kind of about it for the trunk area. I guess one thing I did want to mention is that with the Ram box, you notice you lose quite a bit of bed space on each side when you opt for the Ram box. So just keep that in mind if you are debating optioning the Ram box or skipping the Ram box. It is going to take away, you know, probably about 5 or 6 inches on each side from your bed area. But closing that back up, these are also the all-weather floor mats. But coming around back, you do get a chrome rear bumper. You have your 4-pin connector, your 7-pin connector beneath that. And then this vehicle has been optioned with the $495 Class 4 trailer hitch, which is what this is here. And then, like mentioned earlier, with the level B equipment group, you do get 6 sensors in the front. You also get 6 sensors here at the back end as well. And when you opt for the 5.7 liter V8, because this does come standard with a 3.6 liter V6, when opting for the V8, you do get the dual exhaust system. That is, you know, an absolute must. You absolutely need to opt for the 5.7, not only because of the exhaust tips, but also because of the sound. And the power. And if you're getting a 1500 level truck minus an EcoBoost, you got to get the V8. And then a couple other options this has the $195 392 rear axle ratio, as well as the $495 anti-spin rear differential. And when it comes to the max payload and the max tow capacity, I don't know, because Ram will put on their website and take it off and put it on and put it off the VIN lookup, where you can look up the payload and the max tow capacity. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I don't know what Ram's deal is, but today it didn't work. However, the last Ram Laramie I did a video with, the max tow capacity was 8,000 pounds. So I'd say, you know, your max tow capacity is probably around 8,000 pounds, and your payload capacity is probably around, like, you know, 1,300, maybe 1,400 pounds. Again, asterisks with those numbers. I don't know the numbers on this because Ram, get your stuff together. I was going to say another word, but people like looking up before they're buying a vehicle, their VIN number to find out the payload, to find out the tow capacity, or like Chevy or GMC, put a sticker in the door. That is what Chevy and GMC do. They have a sticker in the door. It tells you the tow capacity. It tells you the payload capacity. Ram, get your stuff together. With that stuff out of the way, let's move into performance. Popping open that hood reveals the optional $3,045 5.7 liter Hemi e-torque V8 that makes 395 horsepower and 410 pound-feet of torque. It is mated to an 8-speed automatic transmission for a 0 to 60 time in 6.4 seconds. And if you were wondering about fuel economy, you can achieve 18 miles per gallon in the city, 22 miles per gallon on the highway for 19 miles per gallon combined with 4-wheel drive. I can't even believe that Ram gives you a 3.6 liter naturally aspirated V6 as the standard engine in the Laramie. You must option for the 5.7. Not only does it get very similar fuel economy to the V6, it sounds better, it's way more powerful, and when opted with the 392 rear axle ratio, it is very, very quick. But if you're enjoying the video so far today, please be sure to give this video a big thumbs up. Please hit that subscribe button. I'm on my journey to 100,000 subscribers, and I cannot reach my goal without your support. So if you're enjoying the video, if you've learned anything thus far, please like, comment, and subscribe. The likes and comments in particular look very good for my channel in the YouTube algorithm, and that is what helps me grow. That is what helps me achieve my dreams. So I'd appreciate it if you do that. But anyways, with that stuff out of the way, let's move into the interior. Moving on into the interior, as mentioned earlier in the video, you do get keyless access. So all you have to do is have your key fob in your pocket, walk up to the vehicle, put your hand behind the door handle, and it will unlock. You can also lock it right back up by pressing on this button right here, and now it is locked. This is what the key fob looks like. You get the Ram lettering on this side, and then on the opposite side, you have your unlock function, your lock function, your remote start function, your tailgate drop function, and your panic function. In order to remote start the vehicle, all you have to do is press this button twice and she'll fire up. And you can hear that beautiful 5.7 roar to life. Now, taking a look at the interior, this one's been optioned with the black leather trim bucket seats for $895. I'll get into that here in a second, but this is what the driver's side door panel looks like. So you get some leatherette wrapping at the top, then you get some suede here, you get 2 memory seat adjustment settings. With the level B equipment group, you do get the 19 speaker Harman Kardon sound system, which sounds amazing. I'll get into that here later in the video, but here are your side view mirror controls. This is to power fold in your side view mirrors or out. Then you get automatic up and down windows in the front. You do not get automatic up or down windows in the back. This is going to restrict your passenger window privileges. You get your unlock and your lock functions, a nicely padded armrest, a little bit of storage space, storage space, storage space, and the level B equipment group gives you this foam cup holder insert on the driver door panel as well as the front passenger door panel. You do get our power front seats. Both of these seats are also heated. You get the Laramie stitched into the seat back, looks very fancy. And then take a look. You do get adjustable headrests forwards and backwards, which makes long road trips a breeze. But yeah, stepping on into the interior, let's hear what this thing sounds like when you close the door. Now let's fire it up. That is what it sounds and looks like firing this thing up from the driver's perspective. So now I'm just gonna walk you throughout the entire interior. So obviously HVAC vent, and then coming down to here, you have your headlight control knob. So if you twist all the way to the right, that is headlights automatic. That is headlights on. That is daytime running lights on. All the way to the left is headlights off. And then this is to turn your fog lights on or off. This is going to turn your cargo lighting on or off in the bed. I like to leave it in automatic personally. And then coming over to here, this is to brighten and or dim your ambient lighting. And then to the right of that, this is to brighten and or dim your gauge cluster as well as your backlit buttons and your infotainment screen. Coming down here just a little bit more, this is your electronic parking brake. And then to the right of that, with the level B equipment group, you do get power adjustable foot pedals with memory. So this is going to push the pedals away from you. This is going to bring the pedals towards you. And then right here, this is going to turn the household power outlet in the cargo area on or off. So in the Ram box, boom, on, boom, off, whatever. I couldn't really see the light. But anyways, Flipping that down gives you access into your manual tilting and telescoping steering wheel, so I can push the steering wheel away from me, I can bring the steering wheel towards me, and then I can also move it up and down. And then once you find your comfortable position, all you have to do is lock it right back into position. By the way, the remote start canceled because it was low on fuel. And now let's take a listen to the turn signal. That is what the turn signal sounds like, and that is also your windshield wiper control. Stock, again, rain sensing wipers do come standard, or excuse me, with the Level B equipment group. And then zooming back out, you get a leather wrapped wheel. The steering wheel is also heated, and just like any other vehicle, you have your horn at the center. So let's take a listen to the horn. That is what the horn sounds like on this vehicle. And then on the left-hand side, the back side of the left-hand side of the steering wheel, you have your tuning controls. And then on the back side of the right-hand side of the steering wheel, you have your volume controls. And then coming over to here, you see these 4 arrows in that OK button. Well, first things first, this vehicle's been optioned with the $245 12-inch digital dash, which I think is absolutely worth it. It makes this vehicle on the interior feel like a limited, so I would recommend getting that as an option. It's only 245 bucks anyway, but all of that stuff is to control that, which I'll get into here in a minute. But anyways, this is to pick up on a phone call as well as speak to the vehicle. This is also for the digital display, and then that is to hang up on a phone call. Coming to this side of the steering wheel, again, this has been optioned with the $1,895 safety group, which gives you adaptive cruise control with stop and go. So here are your adaptive cruise control settings. And then below that, you have your gear limiter. So let's say you're pulling a heavy load up a mountain and you don't want the 8-speed transmission to go above 4th gear. You can limit the transmission to 4th gear, and it's not going to be able to upshift past 4th gear. So that is what this is here for. And then obviously that is your push button, start button. And moving into our gauge cluster for 245 bucks, must option on the Laramie in my opinion. Up top here, you can see it says Laramie. That is on the screen. It looks pretty cool. But anyways, that is your compass. That is the ambient exterior temperature. You got your speedometer, digital speedometer readout, tachometer over there, coolant temperature gauge, transmission status, letting us know that we are in park, odometer, fuel range, driver assistance stuff. And to go throughout this screen, again, you have this button here. So let's say I wanted to be on this screen, right? So this is the analog screen. If I click to the right, that is going to put me into my digital screen, which is the digital speedometer readout with the tachometer going across the bottom. I personally kind of like the analog screen better, which is what this one is. It looks just more classic. And then clicking down one brings you into your driver info screen. It basically puts that at the center of the screen and then puts you into your digital screen. Coming down one more, this is your vehicle information screen. So it starts off with fuel economy. Clicking to the right, you can see your gauge summary, transmission temperature, the coolant temperature, the battery voltage stuff. Keep going. This is your oil summary, oil life, oil temperature, and oil pressure. Then you can see your tire pressure stuff, auto stop start stuff, and then these are the engine hours, the idle hours, the drive hours, and the total hours. And then clicking the down button, you can see your trip A and your trip B information. Keep coming. This is your navigation screen. Basically puts the navigation screen on the entire gauge cluster, which I think is awesome, by the way. And then you have your trailer tow stuff, so you can see your trailer trip information and then your trailer brake stuff. Coming down a little bit more, you got your audio stuff, then you have your messages, then you can go into screen setup. So you can adjust what you see up top there, you can adjust what you see right there, you can adjust what you see there. So basically, let's click into this, right? So it can either be your compass, the outside temperature, the time, range to empty, average economy, current economy, trip A information, trip B information, trailer trip, or nothing. I'm gonna leave it on compass because that's what it was on before. Now, the same thing can be had for this side, but let's see what happens when we go into the Laramie screen. So it can either be the Laramie badge, the compass, the temperature, the time, the range to empty, all the same features. I'm gonna leave it on what it was on because I think it looks pretty cool with it saying Laramie right up top there. And then if you come down one more time, it brings you back into the screen you originally started on. I love the digital gauge cluster and I recommend. That is a 703 speed recommended option. It's only 245 bucks. OPU panel for the driver on the A-pillar. Then you get a vinyl wrapped dash. Again, you get a Harman Kardon speaker up there as well as there and over there. Then up top here, you get a little bit of storage space. You get a 12-volt power outlet up there. And then coming down just a little bit more with the $4,230 level B equipment group, you get the 12-inch Uconnect 5 infotainment system with built-in navigation and wireless Apple CarPlay and wireless Android Auto connectivity. So up top here, this is for your lane keep assist, and the lane keep assist does come a part of the $1,895 safety group. And then to the right of that, also a part of the safety group, you get the parallel and perpendicular park assist with stop, and that is what that is. Basically, it will pull you into a parallel or a perpendicular parking spot. All you have to do is modulate the brake, and then that is your hazard button there. And then on this side and this side, you have your temperature controls. This is going to bring you in between your different modes. Basically, if the air is going to blow on your face, your feet, the defroster, etc. Fan speed. This is for your automatic climate control system, temperature controls, front defroster, rear defroster, AC control, recirculating button, volume control knob, tuning control knob. This is your mute button. This is your screen off button. Touch anywhere on the screen and it will turn back on. And again, that is your tuning control. Now going throughout the screen, we're going to start at the bottom of the screen because these are all of your different shortcut buttons to shortcut you into home, media, nav, phone, vehicle, apps, or comfort. Comfort is just your climate control system on the screen. You do get heated and ventilated seats as standard with this. 3 levels of adjustability for both. So that's the heated seat. Come over to here, you do also get a ventilated seat with 3 levels of adjustability, and your heated steering wheel gets 1 level of adjustability. And then you can go in between your different apps. So this is all the apps. You can also set your favorite apps. You can go into your vehicle stuff. So it's going to bring you into either your camera system, your dashboard, which you can see towing and trailers, your controls for the vehicle cameras here. So you can go into the surround camera, and it's going to pop up 360 camera system. Controls, settings, so you can go in between all of these different settings. Pay attention to this side. I'm going to walk you through out all of these screens. So that's the first one, second one, third one, and that's it. So you can go in between all of these different settings. They make it very easy. You know, it's the general settings, then you click into it, and then it's the more, you know, detailed settings, I guess you would say. Then you can see your phone stuff here, your navigation stuff. You got your media stuff also on the screen, and then back into the home button. Up top here, if you wanted to turn your heated seat on, you'd click here, and it's going to pop up the heated seat, the ventilated seat, and the heated steering wheel for the driver. And then also on this side, you get the heated and the ventilated seats, as well as the temperature control. And that's kind of about it for that screen. You do get the rotary dial gear shifter with this thing. And, you know, I get some people like, what if I like turn that down instead of turning down the volume? Well, if you're going 80 miles an hour and you turn that to the left, it's not actually going to put you into park. It may put you into neutral, but it's not going to mess up the transmission, don't worry. And then down here, you get your transfer case stuff. So you get a 2-speed transfer case. You get 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel auto, 4-wheel high, 4-wheel low. And let's say you wanted to flat tow this behind your RV, that is for true neutral right there. And then this right here is your auto stop start system, on or off. By the way, the push button transfer case comes a part of the level B equipment group. And then over here you have your integrated trailer brake controller. This is to turn your traction control system on or off. This is for your tow haul mode, and then you can turn the parking sensors on or off, front and rear individually with these buttons or push button, whatever you want to call them. I don't know if those are buttons or more like rocker switches, I guess I would call them. And then down here you get a little bit of storage space. You could set your phone in there. You get 2 USB-A ports, 2 USB-C ports, an auxiliary jack, and then it's kind of interesting, the leather trimmed seats, you do get the wireless charging pad. So this is the wireless charging pad right here. It will illuminate in blue if the phone begins to charge. Otherwise, it will illuminate in red. So basically, you can just set your phone right there and it will be sitting in the wireless charging pad. And then down here, you get a 115 volt household power outlet. See how it's flashing in red? It's basically telling me that my phone is not charging at the moment. But anyways, you get 2 cup holders here, and if you slide that forward, you get a little bit of storage space. It's some spots you can set your coins, and then if you slide that backwards, you get a little bit of storage space that goes up that way. Quite a bit of storage space down here, very good amount of storage space actually. And then you do also get a leather wrapped armrest, the Ram logo at the center. You get a little bit of storage space down in here. You could set a clipboard, maybe some post-it notes, but really not big items can fit down in there. It's more like paper products, I guess you would put in there. And then this is the upper part of your center console. You get a USB-A port there and probably about like 1.5 inches of depth, so just be mindful of what you set in there. You could set your gloves in there and maybe some other things, but this is something that I would personally never use, and probably 95% of you would never use, but this is like for maybe contractors. I don't know. I would never use it. So sliding that forward, you get quite a bit more storage space down underneath here. And then this flaps up, and you can see all the different generations of the RAM. That's the first, second, third, and fourth gen. But you can see this thing flaps up here. And the reason it flaps up is, let's say you set some stuff over here. Well, you can see my hand goes all the way through. So basically it's so you can keep that stuff on this side and then all this other stuff back here. So that is why you get that little flap. And then again, you I think do get a light down in there as well. But closing that back up, you also get an upper glove box over here. You could fit quite a few sausage McMuffins up top there, and it also is illuminated. And then you get a lockable lower glove box. You get a good amount of storage space in there, but I would actually say more decent than good. And the reason this is a little bit smaller is because you do have that upper glove box there. That is that. And then you get an auto dimming rear view mirror as standard. You also get a spot you could set your sunglasses here, which is nice. Both of your reading lights are LED. And then again, you get the power tailgate release as a part of the level B equipment group. You see how that is illuminated? That is whether you want the lights to turn on or not when you open up the door. So if I opened up the door right now, the lights are not going to turn on. However, if that light goes away, the amber light, now when I open up the door, the interior lights will turn on. So that is what that function does there. And then to the right of that, that is your instant dome light on button. It's going to turn on all the interior dome lights. And then you click that again and they all turn back off. Then you got your roadside assistance stuff, like your SOS and assist buttons there. And then again, with the level B equipment group, you do get the power sliding rear window, which is what this does here. But this vehicle has been optioned with the $1,595 panoramic roof. So this is going to slide the roof open. This is going to tilt the roof open. And this is for the power shade that basically is going to make it look like you do not have a sunroof anymore. By the way, with these two controls here, you can also close the sunroof from the tilting button and from the sliding button as well. Then you get a universal garage door opener. If you own a house with 3 garage bays, you can open them up individually. Vanity mirror, 2 vanity lights, a spot you could set your registration or any little paper product there. And then these visors themselves do slide forwards and backwards for when the sun is in those weird positions. Again, on that side, OPU panel. This side seat is the exact same as the driver's seat minus the memory seat functions. And really, that's kind of about it for what we got going on here in these front seats. So I think these seats are very comfortable. I love the way the Ram interior looks. Even 5 years later, I still think it looks modern, and they are coming out with a refresh next year, so I'm interested to see what that interior looks like. I haven't seen it yet. I haven't looked up any pictures of it, but I don't feel like this interior is outdated, really, in my personal opinion. I know some people do. I just don't. I also don't think the exterior really looks outdated either. It's just my personal opinion. You can agree or disagree with me below. But now I'm going to throw the entire window sticker on screen. You can take a look at all the different options this has, as well as everything that you get as standard. But I'm just going to highlight the MSRP. So the MSRP of the way that this particular 2024 Ram 1500 Laramie is spec'd is $77,025. Now, speaking of that MSRP, I know that is a ton of money, but bear with me here. They are selling these for nearly $20,000 under MSRP, which is insane. So this truck is really selling for under $60,000, not $77,000. So you can get a killer deal on a Ram 1500 right now. Maybe not a TRX, but on a limited and below, you can get really good deals on these Ram 1500s right now. Just a little word to the wise. But I do want to show you what we got going on in the rear seats. E63, AMG, those cars are sick. But let's take a look at what we got going on here in the rear seats. So again, you do not get an automatic up or down window here in the rear. I do want to unlock these seats here, or excuse me, the rear window. So I show you how far the window goes down. It goes all the way down for those wondering. Then you get the same kind of suede. You get the leather wrapping there, storage space down here, cup holder, a spot you can set your water, or your phone, excuse me. Then you have your speaker. with the Level B equipment group, you do get these on both sides. You get another one there. And then one thing that's awesome, take a look at this seat. With the Level B equipment group, you get the 60/40 split seat, but they do recline. So you can see how this seat is further out than it would normally be. That is because this seat is reclined. None of the other manufacturers that make 1500 trucks have reclining second row seats in their trucks. I mean, this just makes the ride so much more comfortable, and this would be a massive reason. If you have kids, let your kids sit back here, and I guarantee you they will sell you on this truck if you're comparing it to like an F-150 or a what's it called? By the way, the Ram TRX also does come with these reclining seats. So if you are a kid watching this video trying to sell your parent on a 1500, try to sell them on a TRX, because they also have these reclining seats, and they're also going to love the power and the sound. Maybe not the fuel economy, but the power and the sound and the look. Light here, a spot you can set your dry cleaning. O-Poop handle. You get a seat back pocket behind the driver's seat. You get a seat back pocket behind the passenger seat. You get 2 cup holders here, 2 HVAC vents, a spot you could set a phone, and just like the front, you get 2 USB-A ports, 2 USB-C ports. You also, with the Level B equipment group, get heated outboard second row seats with 3 levels of adjustability. When you step up to a limited and you get the Level B equipment group, you can also opt for ventilated second row seats, which is awesome. You also get a 115 volt household power outlet there. You get this fancy looking thing here. So this looks like a regular middle seat. You're like, where is that center fold down armrest? Well, if you pull down from right here, it is the center fold down armrest. And you get 2 cup holders. This looks super fancy here. It's all leather wrapped, and if you open it up, you get a little bit of storage space that you can set stuff in. And then you also get your speakers up here for the 19 speaker Harman Kardon sound system. And when it comes to headroom, I've got plenty of headroom. I'm in the reclined position, and even in the reclined position, plenty of knee and leg room. This thing is so comfortable here in the second row. It's literally like you're sitting in like a Mercedes, right? That's how comfortable these second row seats are. So anyways, we've talked about the exterior, we've talked about the performance, and now we've talked about what's going on here in the interior. So I want to see what this thing's like to drive, as I'm assuming you guys do as well. So I will see you guys in the driver's seat. All right, now on to the driving portion of the video. Take a listen. Man, the 392 rear axle ratio really wakes this thing up. It makes a big difference. You know, I've drove a one, I can't remember what the other axle ratio was. I think this comes standard with like a 323, I want to say. But I feel like I drove one with like a 350 something. I don't know. I could be totally wrong. I don't even know if they make a 350 something. But I do know that I drove one that did not have the 392 versus the 392 axle ratio. And the 392 axle ratio really wakes it up around town. Like, you can just tell a difference in acceleration with this axle ratio. It makes a really big difference. But on the highway, it doesn't even rev that high at 80 miles an hour because it's got an 8-speed auto. So really, it keeps it low in the RPMs. You know, you're maybe at about like 2,000 RPM at 80 miles an hour, which isn't terrible, really. You know what I mean? Considering you get that nice axle ratio. So if it were me, I would get the 392 axle ratio mated to the 5.7. I think it's the best pairing, and the motor likes it the best. And it's what performs the best for daily driving use. And if you like to get on it a little bit more, you're going to be happy with the 392 axle ratio. But anyways, moving on from there, with the Level B equipment group, like mentioned, you get the 19 speaker Harman Kardon sound system, and the sound system makes the Level B equipment group worth it. Number one, with the Level B equipment group, you get the LED headlights and everything that goes along with them. So that makes it worth it to me because it gives you a premium look. And then also, it gives you the 19 speaker Harman Kardon sound system, which sounds phenomenal. And I think now I'm giving the Ram 1500 with the 19 speaker Harman Kardon sound system the top dog sound system of the big three when it comes to GMC, Chevy, and Ford. I think it's the best. Even with the Denali Ultimate Performance Series sound system, maybe there's tied, but I don't know, man. Today I was listening to the Harman Kardon, I'm like, this is number one, especially compared to just like the one you get in the Denali or the one you get in the High Country. It's really the best so far that I've heard, and Ford is at the bottom. But here's a nice little sound acceleration, for you. super quick, sounds great, shifts are awesome. Man, the 5.7 sounds great, performs great, and does pretty good on fuel economy as well. 18 miles per gallon with the V8. I mean, in the city, can't really complain about that. Now, let's do a nice little acceleration here onto the highway, and we're gonna do a little test. Take a listen to what it sounds like cruising at about 80, maybe 70 actually. Sounds great, got more than enough get up. Take a listen to what it sounds like cruising at 70. Very well insulated from the outside world. This thing, even without the air suspension, just eats up miles on the highway. The suspension is super smooth. You really don't need the air suspension, though it is nice to have, just to have it, I guess. Passing power. It's got the passing power. Man, it's just a great truck. Like, the way that this one is spec'd is how you should spec a Laramie. I know the MSRP is like kind of like oof, but they're selling way under MSRP. Like mentioned, you can get one from $12, $15, maybe even $20,000 off MSRP. So this is spec'd really nicely, you know. I think it looks very premium. It's got everything that you want and need. So it gives you your wants, it gives you your needs. It may not have the limited name, it may not have the limited front end, but you're saving about maybe $5,000, maybe $7,000 from not getting the limited to getting this. Yes, the limited gives you some nicer touches on the interior, but really comparing this to the limited, the way that this one is spec'd, I don't really notice that much of a difference between the two, to be honest with you. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna cut across these lanes of traffic here, and this truck is just overall awesome. It's just super smooth in the way that it drives. It's got great power. I think that was a new Tesla Model Y or 3. It's just a great truck overall. You know, it gets great fuel economy for what it is with the 5.7. I did a video with a Tahoe or a Yukon Denali the other day, and that got 14 in the city and like 18 on the highway and 16 combined. This gets 18 miles per gallon in the city and 22 on the highway for a 1500 series truck with a V8. So you can't really complain about the fuel economy. It's comfortable, it's drives very smooth on the highway, it's got great getup, and with the Level B equipment group and the 19-speaker Harman Kardon sound system, you have the best sound system in the truck game, in my personal opinion. But that's it for today's video. If you guys did enjoy the video, please be sure to give this video a big thumbs up. Please hit that subscribe button. I'm on my journey to 100,000 subscribers, and I cannot reach my goal without your support. So if you enjoyed the video, if you learned anything from the video, please like, comment, and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. It helps me, you know, attain my goals and help me reach my dreams. So I'd appreciate it if you do those three things if you enjoyed the video. But again, that is it for today's video. I will catch you all in the next one. Peace.